Hey, my night crawlers, since I can't sleep, please stay with me if you are still awake. Now, I ran into one of the most controversial stories that has been popping for a few days now, I think 2, 3 days, I think. And the first time I came across the story, I listened to it, I understood what was said, and I moved on for it. But today, I opened my phone and oh my god, the internet is on fire. How can she say such a thing? How can, oh my god, all the moral police came out and everything. So now, I want you guys, since you're still awake by this hour, let's have an open, non judgmental conversation about this topic. Let me roll the clip.
You're doing now is being a runs girl to make money. You don't have to stay there. I understand it. I understand it. I'm not knocking you. I never judge. Oh, if you could be a show, do I'm Yes, share. Do it well. Do it with respect and
your full chest.
Yeah, with your full chest. However, don't stay there. Don't stay there, darling. If that's what you have to do right.
Now, you all saw that clip and watch the moral police come, watch the Christians come and speak of, oh my God, how can a woman, how can a mother encourage the young children to go into prostitution? Do you guys listen to understand or you listen to judge? This is what I keep saying in my videos. Open your minds to understand where a person is coming from. You know the problem, we live in such a judgmental environment, especially in Nigeria, we're very judgmental here. Anything that comes out of context or doesn't sound like what we want to present ourselves to the world as, we judge it. We question it. We abuse the people. We don't listen to understand. Now, let me explain how I understood her story. Now, from what she said, she is not speaking to every young girl out there. There are two kinds of people that you find in the street walking business, right? There are those that were so unfortunate to be raised in a family which did not have money. I mean, let's be real. Look at the poverty rate in Nigeria. Nigeria is one of the most poorest and unsafest countries to live in, right? You have families who could not protect themselves, kept having multiple children, and found themselves in a very bad financial situation, right? And sometimes, even in your already bad situation, let's say the father passes away. Now you have a mother with 5 children, trying to figure out which of the children is even going to make it to school or not. Now, in these situations, sometimes life happens and you end up on the streets, not because you want to. And in even extreme cases, you have children who lose both parents at once. Now, the families always reject them because look at what happens now. A lot of children like this are placed in auntie's home, uncle's home, and see the abuse they go through. Now, a lot of those children will leave that situation and go try to find their way. The only way they think can be decent enough. A shower walk is not a crime. Let's be clear about that one. And this is not me encouraging absolutely nothing. Now, in a situation like that, are you going to help those children? Majority of the time when people come to beg, we're like, oh my God, they're disturbing us again, because they disturb a lot. When you're not going to help a specific human being, you cannot judge them, especially when they're not committing a crime. Now we have the other set of girls, which they plenty, it's not just in Lagos, they're all over, that intentionally, deliberately put themselves in situations like this. It starts with, if we even start talking, you guys to... She's not speaking to girls like that because those ones are doing it only for their own personal gain. And majority of those girls that get into those runs girl business, they don't want to get out of it because they've tasted what it feels like to get easy money, in their opinion, forgetting that there's a lot of demonic nonsense that comes with that activity they are doing. And there's a lot, you're opening yourself to potential damages and diseases and all that. We're not speaking about those ones. So when I say let's listen to understand, we are speaking to those girls that did not have a choice. And the most important take out of her message was, if you find yourself in that situation, don't stay there. She said yes, and I think this is the one that triggered a lot of people, is be the best at shower way if you be. And that is not her encouraging young girls to put themselves on the line or put themselves in the streets. She said, if you come from a situation, she even gave examples. If you find yourself in this situation where there's no hope for you, find a way to come out of the situation. If let's say you're making 20,000 naira or 10,000, let's say 10,000 naira per person, right? Try to save six. Try to figure out your life with the rest of it, right? Find a way to come out of that situation by reintroducing yourself back into the schooling system so you have a good education. Or invest that money you have saved up to maybe open an akara shop or open a small store in the market. Sell makeup, sell t-shirts, sell whatever you have, but don't stay there. It is so easy to sit and judge. Oh, but I wouldn't do that. But I wouldn't. Yeah, a lot of you are doing it. A lot of you are doing it. A lot of you are doing it. Let's be real. A lot of you were on the internet sending account numbers to bandits. And then there are still people that were defending it in my comments yesterday, like, oh my God, they came from a poor family. Being poor is not a crime, for the love of God. Being poor does not erase your morality and your dignity. Having a heart is important, my darlings. You people are like, oh my God, no. You literally took money from people who unalive other people that are struggling, you can never explain that one to me. But on this situation, stop putting yourself in situations that has nothing to do with you. For myself, it is very important every day that I check myself and I make sure on different levels I am on a moral high ground, because only in that way I'll be able to infuse greatness into my child. And it's not just from a financial point of view. You have to mentally prepare them in a way that is right and correct and dignified. We love to sit and judge, and we love to sit and assume. Look at that woman. You really think that woman, with the way she is, so eloquent and the classy she is, she was encouraging young girls to be on the streets? That's what you guys took from that? Really? We love to not be realistic with conversations. We love to hide our true intentions and what we actually feel about things just so we are not judged. I am happy that woman came out there, because there's a young girl out there that is in a bad situation that she doesn't know how to get herself out of, and will listen to those words and say, you know what? Maybe I can do better. Maybe there's a different possibility. There's a different way. This is you. Hey, God. You need to stop being as judgmental as you are, guys. We all want to be moral, but we are not all moral. I saw a woman yesterday. She had sickle cell, I think, and because of that, her legs were chopped, and her page is basically full of begging, right? And people kept coming to her and saying, oh, why are you always begging? You're always begging, da, 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 da. Now she's even trying to ask for help, right? But you're not helping her, because to you, she's just begging. What is she supposed to do? She cannot physically walk and say, okay, you know what, I'm going to go walk and get a job. But maybe she might say, you know what, let me just lay here in my pain and just take it, so at least I can buy my medicine. So I stop begging Nigerians so they don't abuse me. A woman that had yellow eyes. I cannot judge that kind of person for begging, because I am not in the position to help her, to more than a good word and, just show compassion. You're not helping her. The average Nigerian will help you a little bit, and then they forget you exist. They forget you exist. Please stop putting yourself in situations that has nothing to do with you. If your job to yourself as a human being is try to be as dignified and as moral as you can be, don't offend people, don't steal from people, don't hurt people. Try to live the best life you can be. But never you sit on your high horse and think that everybody is in the same position as you. There are two kinds of women, and there are two kinds of men. There are those that find themselves in a situation that it feels almost impossible to come out of, and they do what they have to do to survive. And then there are those who deliberately choose, and they will now still come online to pepper you people and make people feel like, oh my God, you're not doing something right in your life. Those are the women I'm judgmental about, not the ones who are struggling. Let's learn to listen, to understand calmly, and see what the point is before we judge. We have our government to judge. It's not people like that are speaking truth and facts, but we just want to act like a moral police. Anyway, go and get your PVC.